Ladies and gentlemen, I want to start by telling you something real simple. Focus on your dream. Let me break it down because I know life can get messy and sometimes it feels like you're being pulled in 100 directions at once. But I need you to listen to me when I say this. Your dream is the reason you wake up every day. All right, let me tell you something right now. You can't get anywhere in life if you don't know where you're going. You've got to get crystal clear about what you want. I don't mean just saying, oh, I want to be successful. No, that's too vague. That's like saying you want to go to the beach, but you don't know which beach. You can't just say, I want to be rich or I want to be famous. What does that even mean? What does rich look like to you? What does famous look like to you? You've got to get specific. You see, a dream is not something you just think about when it's convenient. A dream is something that's burning inside you every single day. It's the thing that when you wake up in the morning, you don't need a clock to get you going because you know what you're waking up for. That's the dream you need to chase. You can't let it sit on the shelf like a dusty old book you never open. You've got to take it down, dust it off, and read it every day. Here's the thing, if you don't know exactly what you want, life will tell you. It'll tell you with distractions. It'll tell you with what everyone else says you should do. But let me tell you right now, don't get caught up in that mess. Everybody else's idea of what success looks like isn't your idea of success. Your dream is personal. It's yours and yours alone. You've got to make it your mission to discover that. No one can give it to you. It's like a gift you have to unwrap for yourself. Now, I know some of you are sitting here saying, I don't know what my dream is yet. I hear you, but I'm telling you, you can find it. You've got to pay attention to what excites you, what gets you fired up, what you can't stop thinking about when you're sitting alone in the quiet moments. That's the dream calling you. It's not always loud and obvious, but it's there. You've got to stop letting fear talk you out of what you really want. You're going to hear all these voices saying, that's impossible. You can't do that. You don't have enough money, enough time, and resources. Let me tell you right now, there's no such thing as enough. People make do with what they've got. People make things happen with less than what you think you need. So figure it out. Get clear. What is that one thing you want to do with your life? What's that thing that makes you feel alive when you think about it? You've got to find that because once you do, there's nothing that can stop you from making it happen. Nothing. The problem is most people spend their whole lives being distracted by things that don't matter. They get so caught up in what the world tells them is important, they forget to listen to what their heart is telling them. Your dream is your true north. Without it, you're just wandering around in the dark trying to find a light switch. But when you focus on that dream and you know it in your soul, trust me, the world starts clearing a path for you. So get focused, get determined, and above all, get specific. Because once you know what your dream is, you can't be stopped. Listen, I need you to hear me loud and clear. Life is not going to hand you anything on a silver platter. The road you're about to walk down, it's going to be tough. It's going to get rough. The moment you accept that, the sooner you're going to realize that struggle is just a part of the process. See, the struggle is not something to be scared of. It's something to embrace. You want success. Well, it's built on challenges. You want to build something great? You better be ready to work through some hard times. Hard times are a requirement for greatness. If you think this journey is going to be smooth, then you're already setting yourself up for disappointment. Let me tell you, the best things in life don't come easy. The people who've achieved greatness, the ones we look up to, they didn't just wake up and have everything handed to them. They've been through hell and back. They faced rejection. They've had doors slammed in their faces. They've been broke, lonely, and told they'd never make it. But they kept going. Why? Because they knew struggle was a part of the dream. Let me give it to you straight. If you've never been through any struggles, then you haven't pushed yourself hard enough. If you're not uncomfortable, then you're not growing. Growth only comes when you're stretched, when you push yourself beyond what you think you can do. Think about a muscle. You don't build it by sitting around and doing nothing. You build muscle by putting it under pressure, by pushing it past its limits. The same goes for your life. You've got to be willing to go through the tough times because that's how you come out on the other side stronger, wiser, and better equipped to handle what's next. When the struggle hits, and trust me, it will most people back down. They quit. But you've got to make the decision that you're not going to quit. You're going to press forward no matter how bad it gets. You've got to remind yourself that the struggle is not there to break you. It's there to build you. It's preparing you for the things that are coming, for the success that's right around the corner. The things you're learning now, the pain you're feeling now, the fight you're putting up right now, it's all shaping you into the person you need to be. So when things get hard and don't throw in the towel. Pick it up and wipe the sweat off your face, then keep going. Keep fighting. Don't let the struggle make you bitter. Let it make you better. Each setback, each disappointment is just a setup for something greater. It's refining you, making you sharp, teaching you how to fight for your dream. You've got to keep your eyes on that dream because the struggle will pass, but your growth will stay. Here's the truth. Life doesn't owe you anything. Success doesn't owe you anything. You got to earn it, and you earn it through the struggle. So next time you're facing a tough time, instead of running from it, I want you to step into it knowing that it's making you stronger, preparing you for something greater. Struggle is not your enemy. It's your coach. And you better listen to it because it's teaching you everything you need to know to win. Let me tell you something real important. If you don't believe in yourself, who will? You can't expect the world to believe in you if you don't even have faith in your own abilities. You've got to look in the mirror every single day and remind yourself, I am enough. It doesn't matter how many people doubt you, how many folks try to tell you that you can't do it. If you don't believe in yourself, first, you're already fighting a losing battle. Now, I know it's not easy. I know that sometimes you look at the situation and think, how am I supposed to make this happen? You might feel small, like you're too far behind, like you're not enough. But I'm telling you, you've got everything inside of you to make it happen. Your dreams are meant for you and only you. God didn't give your dream to someone else. He gave it to you because you're capable of achieving it. But it starts with you believing that. You got to see yourself in the light of the person you are going to become, not just the person you are right now. I need you to understand something. The mind is a powerful thing. If you constantly tell yourself that you can't, guess what? You won't. But if you tell yourself that you can, you will. You've got to train your mind. You have to renew your thoughts every day and stop letting the doubts, the fears, and the what ifs run your life. You've got to silence the negative voice in your head that says you're not good enough and replace it with the voice that says, I am good enough. I am capable. I can handle whatever comes my way. You've got to trust in your abilities even when no one else sees it yet. When you walk into a room, I want you to walk in like you own it. I want you to stand tall and proud because you know who you are. There's no room for insecurity when you've got a dream to chase. You've got to act like the person who already has what they want. When you believe in yourself, you start making decisions from a place of power, not fear. You don't wait around for others to validate you. You validate yourself. You're not asking for permission. You're taking what's rightfully yours. Now, I know this can be hard. Some of you might be thinking, Steve, you don't know what I've been through. I've been knocked down so many times. Listen, I've been there. I've been broke, rejected, told I wouldn't make it. But you know what I did? I kept going. Because the one thing no one can take from you is your belief. It's yours to hold on. No matter how bad it gets, you've got to dig deep and hold on to that belief in yourself, even when you feel like you're all alone. And guess what? You won't be alone for long. When you believe in yourself, people start to believe in you too. There's no one else who can make your dreams come true except for you. And it all starts with one thing, believing that it's possible. So take a moment today and look yourself in the eye. Look at that person in the mirror and tell them, I believe in you. When you start believing in yourself, you'll be amazed at how the world starts lining up to help you achieve that dream. You've got everything you need. Don't ever forget that. Listen to me carefully talking about it ain't enough. It's time to stop dreaming and start doing. You've got that vision in your head. You've got that fire in your heart, but none of it means anything if you don't get up and make moves. You can have the biggest ideas, the grandest plans, but if you don't take action, you're just spinning your wheels. Dreams are meant to be chased, not just fantasized about. Action is the key that unlocks everything. Now, I'm not saying that taking action is easy. No, far from it. You're going to be tired. You're going to be frustrated. There will be days when it seems like it's just too much. But let me tell you something, there's no shortcut to success. If you want to get to where you're going, you have to roll up your sleeves and do the work. You've got to show up when no one else is showing up. You've got to work when you're tired, when things aren't going right, and when the world feels like it's against you. Success doesn't care how you feel, it only cares about your effort. A lot of people sit back and wait for the perfect moment. They wait for the stars to align, for the right opportunity, for the perfect conditions. But I'm here to tell you, you'll be waiting forever. There's no such thing as the perfect moment. There's only the moment you create with your actions. You have to start where you are. You may not have all the resources, you may not have all the knowledge, but what you have is the ability to start. And that's where it begins. You can read every self-help book in the world, listen to all the motivational speakers, but if you don't take that first step, if you don't make the first move, nothing changes. Don't wait for someone to hand you your dream. Get out there and take it. It's not going to be handed to you on a silver platter. You have to go after it with everything you've got. There's a reason why the most successful people didn't wait for someone to give them permission. They took their shot. They took a leap, even when they didn't know where they were going to land. I'm telling you right now, who you surround yourself with matters more than you think. If you're hanging around people who are negative, people who don't believe in your dreams, people who are always talking about what's wrong with the world instead of what can be right, you're setting yourself up for failure. You need to be around people who lift you up, people who challenge you, people who push you to be better. The energy in the room you walk into matters. If you're around the wrong energy, it can drain you. It can stop you from going after what you really want. Now, I'm not saying you need a whole group of people singing your praises 24/7. That's not what I mean. What I'm talking about is having people who support your vision, people who believe in your dream as much as you do. You need people in your corner who will call you out when you're slacking, but will also cheer you on when you're doing right. The right people will tell you the truth, even when the truth hurts. That's real love. You want people who will hold you accountable, people who won't let you settle for less than your best. If you don't have that, I promise you, you'll go around in circles, wasting time, wondering why things aren't working out. Look, you can't climb to the top with dead weight holding you down. There are too many folks who are stuck in their own rut, stuck in their own excuses, and they'll try to pull you down with them. You've got to cut ties with negativity. There's no room for it. If someone is consistently dragging you down, constantly telling you it's too hard, constantly reminding you of your limits, you need to let them go. Life is too short to let people stand in the way of your greatness. You can't keep trying to drag people to the top if they're not willing to climb with you. You've got to surround yourself with those who have the same hunger, the same drive, the same desire to succeed. Don't be afraid to walk away from toxic relationships. You'd be surprised how much your growth will speed up once you stop hanging out with people who just want to complain about everything. You need people who talk about solutions, not problems. You need people who are doing what they say they're going to do. If you're the smartest person in your circle, it's time to find a new circle. You need to be challenged. You need to be around people who are going places, people who are achieving things, people who are living with purpose. Those are the kinds of people who are going to lift you higher. It's not just about quantity, it's about quality. You don't need a whole army of people around you, but you do need a few good ones. You need a handful of people who really believe in you, people who will encourage you when you want to quit, people who will give you that nudge when you're thinking of giving up. Your circle should be your support system. It should be a place where you can get the encouragement you need, but also the honesty that'll keep you grounded. So, take a real hard look at the people around you. Are they feeding your dream or are they feeding your doubt? Are they pushing you toward your goals or are they pulling you back into comfort? Get rid of the anchors and surround yourself with the people who will help you soar. The right people will be the ones who challenge you to grow, who show you what's possible, who bring out the best in you, that's your team. And if you don't have that team, then it's time to find it, because you can't do this alone. Listen, I'm going to say this with all the love and fire. My God, quitting is not an option. I don't care how hard it gets, how many doors slam in your face, or how many times you feel like the world's telling you no. You do not give up. You're going to face challenges, and they might seem overwhelming at times. But I need you to understand this. The most successful people in this world didn't get there by throwing in the towel. No, they got there by picking that towel back up and getting back to work every single time life knocked them down. See, the truth is that life is tough. It's going to hit you with everything it's got. You'll have days when you feel like you're not getting anywhere, like the dream is too big, like it's impossible. But let me tell you something, that's when you've got to dig deeper. When everything is telling you to quit, that's the exact moment when you've got to stand up and say, I'm not done yet. I'm just getting started. The ones who make it are the ones who don't listen to the voice telling them to quit. They listen to the voice that says, keep going, keep fighting. You've got this. Let me tell you something real quick. There's always a breakthrough after the breakdown. Always. It's that last ounce of fight, that final push that gets you across the finish line. You're going to hit rock bottom sometimes, but rock bottom is not the end. It's the foundation for your comeback. You can either let the hard times defeat you, or you can use them to fuel your next step. Every setback is a setup for something better. It might not seem that way at the moment, but when you look back on your journey, you'll see how those challenges made you stronger, wiser, and more equipped to handle what's coming next. Don't let the fear of failure stop you. Failure is not a reflection of who you are. It's just a lesson, a step along the way. People who succeed don't see failure as the end, they see it as part of the process. They know that each failure brings them one step closer to success. Every time you fall down, it's just another chance to get back up and prove that you've got the strength to keep going. If you never quit, you will never lose. Now, I know there's going to be some tough days ahead, days when you're questioning everything. But that's when you've got to remind yourself why you started in the first place. Your dream is worth the fight. Don't let temporary struggles make you forget the bigger picture. The bigger picture is that you were born for something great. And greatness doesn't come easy. It comes with sweat, tears, and sacrifice. But if you're willing to put in the work, if you're willing to keep fighting even when everything seems impossible, then I'm telling you, your dream will come true. The only way to lose is to quit. As long as you don't quit, you're winning. The world might tell you no. People might tell you no. Your circumstances might scream at you to give up. But I need you to keep fighting. Your breakthrough is coming, but you have to be willing to keep going to get there. And when you get to the other side, you'll look back and say, I didn't quit. I didn't stop. And that's why I'm here today. So promise me, no matter how hard it gets, you will never give up. Keep pushing. Keep striving. Keep going. Because the best is yet to come. Let me wrap this up by saying this. You've got a dream and it's yours. You can't let fear, doubt, or the struggles of life stop you from chasing it. Focus on that dream, let it burn inside of you, and keep it in front of you every single day. You've got to know exactly what it is, and then you've got to fight for it. It won't be easy. There will be obstacles, there will be setbacks, and yes, there will be people who doubt you, but none of that matters if you choose to believe in yourself. Believe in your ability to make it happen. And when the going gets tough, and it will, remember this, embrace the struggle. The challenges you face are shaping you into the person you need to become. They're preparing you for the success that's coming your way. Don't run from them. Welcome them. Because when you keep going, even when it's hard, that's when the magic happens. But it doesn't stop there. You've got to take action. Dreaming is good, but it's not enough. You've got to move, make decisions, and put in the work. The world isn't going to do it for you. The only way to get to the top is to climb step by step, day by day. You might not see the whole staircase, but just take that first step. That's all you need to do. Now look at the people around you. Surround yourself with those who believe in you, who encourage you, who will help push you forward. Don't let negativity hold you back. You need a team that wants to see you win just as much as you do. And don't forget this, you're never alone on this journey. You've got the strength inside of you to succeed, And you've got the right people who will stand by your side when things get tough. And finally, never give up. No matter how many times you fall, no matter how many times you feel like quitting, just remember, as long as you don't quit, you can never lose. The difference between those who make it and those who don't is simple. The ones who make it never stop trying. They never give up. So take everything you've heard today, hold it in your heart, and get out there and chase your dream like your life depends on it, because it does. You've got this. Keep pushing, keep fighting, and never, ever give up. The best is yet to come. Thank you. Oh.